Welcome to this bookshelf video, and today we're looking at a book I got for Christmas 2025, Lego Space 1978 to 1992, published by Dark Horse Books. Explore the history of Lego Space. Lego toys have sparked creativity and joy for generations, delighting families with each and every new connection. Now, Lego Space 1978 to 1992 explores the latter part of the 20th century through the lens of Lego Space, illuminating the brand's own history alongside the popular culture and world events that helped to shape it. This collection includes statistics and trivia for each set from across nearly 2 decades, fascinating insights into the LEGO Group as a company, and celebrations of the talented designers who helped to create each essential piece and kit. This gorgeous chronicle is perfect for LEGO fans and builders of all ages, and will excite any reader with an interest in the fascinating history of the peerless and classic building toy. So it comes under the Antiques and Collectibles / Popular Culture imprint. So let's have a look inside. So lovely cover picture there, written by Tim Johnson. In March 2023, as this book went to press, we received the sad news that Johan Thompson passed away. In his 36 years with the LEGO Group, he worked not only on LEGO Space, but also LEGO Trains, LEGO Mindstorms, LEGO Western, LEGO Creator Inventor sets, LEGO Architecture, LEGO Technica, and many more. His inventive designs have given happiness to generations of children, and his legacy lives on in a brick. So we start. Prologue, Welcome to the Future. You're just showing how some early sets involved space-themed pieces, such as the rocket here, 242 Ideas book, model of Cape Kennedy in Florida, the largest scale buildable figures with the articulated joints, the set 367 moon landing, and prototype minifigures, and then some of the early 1978s. So it's talked about Jens Nygaard Knudsen, who was one of the key designers. So in the first chapter covers 1978 to 1987, the classic LEGO Space, an introduction to the series, and you see we've got adverts and photographs and behind the scenes images, and LEGO astronauts there, space model Columbia, space shuttle there, more adverts, Trapped in Space, which was a proposed series of books which became Jan Spaceborne, interview with Niels Milan Pedersen, who is one of the designers, and then for each set we get the year it was released, the total number of elements, unique elements, number of minifigures, and any other trivia, and also then showing some of the important pieces that were introduced or first used in these LEGO Space sets. Each set then described, and there's a small story part that's been invented by the author Tim to explain what's happening with the pieces. So we start off with a mobile rocket launcher, and you can see the black and white rocket, the 926 command center, and the 894 mobile ground tracking station, key elements like the radar dishes, 924 space transporter. Now it's quite funny because I found in my amongst some of my old possessions a Christmas letter asking for this set for Christmas, and I did receive it, so I do know this set very well. Space cruiser and moon base, radar truck, 26 space scooper, one spaceship, and you can see it goes you through. So there's building instructions there, more about the pieces, lovely spread with multiple sets, again an advert, the all-terrain vehicle is another one we had, little space digger and shovel buggy and the moon buggy. These are all sets that we had on here. Some key time. Don't think we had that set. We definitely had this one and the small shuttlecraft. I like those little engine strakes, as they're called, on a 2x2 plate. Space supply station. Again, lovely spread there. Little metal detector add-on. The chair, the inverted bracket. It's a key piece. The robot command center. I loved that when I was younger. And this is an interesting one, as I said. Here, they've used multiple exposures on the photograph on a physical film camera to create that illusion. It'd be so easy to do nowadays with Photoshop. Astro Dasher, the Crater Crawler, the FX Star Patroller, the Walking Astro Grappler. And then we have one of the early light and sound sets, which is quite interesting considering we're now talking about the interactive bricks. But there we had light and sound in the past, electric light brick. And these adverts are interesting, little building instructions, another spread there. The Alien Moonstalker, very cool set that. And still go through interesting sets there, more. Another interview here with Connie Bork, who was a building instruction specialist. So she helped to design these. So originally it was made in sets. So there was 20 steps in a model. You built 20 models at the different steps and they were photographed, which was then turned into these instructions drawn by the artists. But of course, now again, we can do that all on computer. Chapter 2, taking us from 1987 to 1990. The Futuron and Blacktron themes, new astronauts. Another interview, Bjarne Pandora Thekhoff. You see the changes in the shapes and the themes, and this is an interesting set here. It wasn't actually released in the UK. It's an unusual asymmetric spaceship. And here we have some of the alternative models from the back, and it's great to see those as well as the main model. There's Star Defender, the octagonal pieces, the larger reflective pieces, the monorail, which has appeared in several space sets, hovercraft, and then the Blacktron theme, which had this unique symbol. And it's quite funny because now I can look at it and think, well, that looks like the Triforce from Legend and Zelda. There's the Renegade again, only released in North America. Fascinating ship. The Alienator, another one that walks, backtracks. And then this spread is really fascinating. Inside the process, shooting stars. So this is an example of how they actually shot the models in photography. So to produce these matte photographs, so these are the original photographs from the archives, and in some cases are not perfect. So there's a planet here, it's ready to be hung. There you can see the lighting, then you can see the reflective board, you can see how the base plate, the moon surface was made, again underneath the table there. And then how I would have seen them, the models in a toy shop from the 80s. This is a brilliant advertisement from 1990 for the M-Tron series. So in chapter 3 then, 89 to 92, Space Police, M-Tron and Blacktron Future Generation themes. And internal communication, talking about the different themes, and it was America that actually introduced some more from Bjarne, who created some of these, and these are some of his early models in development from 1987 before they added magnets to the M-Tron range. Alternate universe, so these are potential sets. These didn't happen, but these are pieces that they were making and creating. Interview with Johan Thompson, as we said, sadly passed away after this book was written. And here his first set, 6895 Spy Track 1, which had an interesting steering mechanism. You could move this bar in the middle and then that moved those to help steer. So then the Space Police theme, which had the blue and red colour scheme. M-Tron with the fluorescent green pieces. Again, you can see more of the elements being added there, what they call the chainsaw body there. Modified 8x8 plate with grill. Megacore magnetizer, which is in multiple parts and held together magnets, and a magnet in the crane. Mobile satellite uplink. The Blacktron Future Generation, which had its own little minifigures, and the little jetpack piece, which is twin handles, which is an interesting piece. Spaceship in there. The Allied Avenger, I really love the look of that one. Very cool set. The octagonal windows there. The wraparound window there. Aerial Intruder. And then the epilogue, what's next? So going through some of the later space themes. Spurious sub-theme, the little robot minifigure, Blacktron Future Generation and Space Police there, Aquazone. There's alien models and talking to some of the other LEGO designers who've been inspired by space. Life on Mars series, and again the insectoids, which had light and sound. The Space Police 3 Galactic Enforcer. The Galaxy Squadron 2413 had different coloured suits. Again in Conquest sub-theme. And then we had the 2022 release 10497 Galaxy Explorer, based on the old 928 set, but much bigger scale and more detail. So a very fascinating book there, filled with some brilliant photography, and lovely to see some of the alternate models and the behind the scenes information. So if you're a LEGO fan, I can thoroughly recommend it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for more retro shelf, bookshelf, unboxing and gameplay videos.